Let's get that set like so, and I think we should be about live. Just waiting on my laptop responding to what I'm doing. Let's see. There we go. We're in. We are live. It's cutting my head off. Let me adjust the camera. Tiana here. Hello, Tiana. Thank you for being here. So far, I think it's just me and you. That's all good. That is all good. I think I might need to just lift that camera a bit more, yeah? Just lift it a touch more, maybe. Lift it a bit more. Rut Rider, good evening, mate. Thank you for joining me again. Back in the garage. Thought, I'm down here again. I've been out with the Maxx today. I've been sending it for science, and it has damaged. Well, I was going to say it has damaged itself, but it didn't do it, did it? I did. I damaged it. Tiana, right guys, remember, if you want Italian, all you've got to do is comment for it. You can see it. Tiana's not giving away the Italian. Well, not unless she's got one herself. In which case, she can fund one. Let me just sort the laptop a little bit better, because I need to see what's going on, and at the moment I can't see anything. We're getting there though, we're getting there. Getting better at it, slowly. I'm slowly learning. Right, set. Lenny's Maxx needs a bit of a clean, but I'm not sure it's worth cleaning this body. It doesn't really do a lot. Tiana, what's the damage report then? I don't know yet, Tiana. I need to have a look at it. Lenny's is fine. I've only put Lenny's here because I might re-gear it because it's a bit slow. I am giving your Italian away because it'll be signed by you. Dirt. It ain't going anywhere. It'll go out on a bash. Don't believe a thing she says. We'll move Lenny's out the way because all that Lenny's is going to have is re-gearing just to make it quicker, because this has only got a 1600 motor in it, because we did we've got an AS system, and this motor was for the AS system, so that gives you an idea of what went on. AS is too much for a Maxx. It's just too much. 6S is too much for a Maxx. But yeah, 8S is ridiculous. But we've taken the ESC out, but it's still got the 1600 motor in it. So I'm going to just gear it really high and see what happens with that. But I've got the gearing to do that. So we'll get onto that in a minute. Today, I'm just going to do a bit of a gear change on this. Drink some tea, and if I run out of tea, I've got some beers because it's Saturday. What's everyone else been up to on their Saturday? Has anyone been out? Has anyone been shopping? Has anyone been, I don't know, in their garden? What do people do on a Saturday? Michael, what have you broken today then, Craig? Well, I'm not fully sure 100% what I've broke. I definitely know that I've broken a spur gear. I'd put the standard maxx spur gear in this, and I think today, well, I took it to the skate park and I was sending it for science, and I was seeing if I could do that Thunder RC front flip to back flip thing, and it took a few nosedives, and it's broken that spur gear. But I've got a hardened steel, was that it? I've got a 50 tooth hardened steel, yeah, there it is, so we'll keep that out. 50 tooth mod 1 hardened steel gear, that's going to go in there. So that's what we're going to be basically doing on this, and then just having a look at any other damage, because it doesn't sound very clever. There will be a video coming out from what I filmed today, because this has gone high. This has been sent and bashed hard. You can't say the N-word, bruv. I'm going to have to report you for that. The N-word? What N-word's that? You have to educate me. Rut Rider, yes. Tea is a great idea, mate. I always come down supplied with tea. There's a couple of cups ready to go in this flask thing. But yeah, always in my cup, always got tea. And as I say, because it's Saturday, I have got some just got some beers down there as well. Cooling, because it's nice and chilled in the garage. I sent the clip of you saying it to YouTube. Your account should be deleted by tomorrow. Awesome. You crack on. If that's what you think you can do, if that's what you spend your Saturday nights doing, I'm sorry for that. But you carry on. You carry on. Let's dig into this, I suppose. Okay, so I've broken the battery tie-down strap. Michael, working today, need money for RC and car parts. Yes, don't we all, mate? We always need parts, whether it be a small car or a big car. Who's this Corleone? Corleone? They've emailed me back already. You're done, bruv. Oh no. In that case, you're done too, because you're also here. But thank you for staying and messaging. It's great to have you here. I do appreciate that. The battery seems okay. At one point, this was totally ejected out. In fact, it looks like there's a pinhole in that. Oh no, it's just dirt. That's okay. Whew. Yeah, it doesn't smell. It's got a slight bend to it, but it's okay. Ugh. Oh, I wouldn't have worried about deleting them too. I know, I'd have let them carry on with it. Let them carry on with it. It was quite funny. They've really got nothing to do if they're here to do that. Chris with a C. Evening, dude. Good evening, Chris. How's your day been, mate? Have you been out with your cars? What have you been up to? Have you ran your massive stuff? Don't be sorry, Tiana. It's all good. It is all good. Yeah, Chris, what have you been up to, mate? Anything exciting? I've been out with this, sending it at a skate park, and it's come back in perfect condition. No, it hasn't. I'm lying. It hasn't come back in perfect condition. Listen to it. Rut Rider, I've been in the woods, but left all the RCs at home, which was stupid. Yes, it was. As it was warm enough to play after all. Yeah, I mean, even if it's cold, I've been out today with this, and it was cold there. It was cold. My hands were freezing. But I still ran this, and I don't think it's broken too many parts. I mean, ironically, I think the one part it has broke is an maxx part. But yeah, part of it. But it did eject the battery at one point, like out the side of the truck, slamming it into the floor. But I can now see why. It's because this is broke. I seem to break a lot of these. I might possibly, as much as I don't want to, I might have to go to a Velcro strap system on these. Ideally I don't want to, because I like being able to just click in. But that's it so far. We'll move this battery out of the way. It was quite funny, I went out with the Maxx and with the Hebeo. After doing all the suspension yesterday on the Hebeo, I thought I'll take that out and give that a run as well. But I ran one pack through this at the skate park. I was so close to landing the front flip to back flip. I thought, well, I'm just going to use the other battery in this, because I took a battery for this and a battery for the Hebeo. I just thought, no, I'm going to put 2 batteries through this. So this has had 2 full 4S packs at a skate park. And I mean, it still all rolls and it's still all mostly together. But yeah, things aren't happy in this region, but we'll tear into it. We will tear into it and have a look. Let's start, shall we? We'll start by taking some things out. Where's my needle nose pliers? There they are. Rider evening, Chris. Not being out, the bloody boiler's packed in. Not yours as well, Chris. Your boiler's packed in at home. No way, the same thing's happened to Robbie, hasn't it? Tiana, oh my God, Chris with a C, my favourite YouTuber. Chris with a C was planning on running the Mojave. Yeah, I bet you was. G Manning, you need a name change to Craig's Sent It and Bent It. Yes. Sent It and Bent It. I mean, it's not bent. The battery's a little bit bent, but the truck's not bent. I'm absolutely stunned at what you can put these through. And I reckon if I'd had this hardened steel gear installed in there, I wouldn't have had an issue today. It would have just carried on. But I didn't, because I don't know why, because I didn't. I just had the X-Maxx one in here. But I wouldn't be surprised if I get into this a little bit and I've like smashed a bearing or something somewhere, because it was having some major hits today. Chris with a C, Tiana, my favourite YouTube channel supporter. She is, mate, she is. She wants to come down. She's deadly serious about having her phone signed, so prepare for that, because she will be coming down when I come down. Michael, looks like we've got a griefer in the chat tonight. Let's have some sarcastic fun, yeah? Yeah, let them, mate. What they don't realise is the more they chat and the more I interact with them, the better it is for the channel. So let them carry on, I say. I'll just laugh at them. It's fine, I'll encourage them. Chris, Manning smells, pass it on. Nathan, I feel your pain, Chris. My boiler packed in on the 2nd of January. Oh my God. No way, Nath. Ours did pack in a couple of years back. Not in this house, in a different house when we lived over the road. And it's not nice. And they always pack in winter, don't they, when you actually need them the most. Yeah, Nath, I feel your pain. My boiler packed in on the 2nd of January. I can't complain. 15 years of trouble-free heat. Yeah, I suppose. And it don't matter even if you've serviced them, does it? You can service them all the time and then just out of nowhere they decide, nah, I'm not going to work anymore. Tiana, Chris, you're still going to sign my phone. Chris, Tiana, I sure am, yeah. There you go, Chris. Have you signed anything yet, mate? Has anyone asked you to sign cars or anything like that? already. Oh, sorry, I'm laughing because of this gear. It's in a bad way. The bearings are alright though. I wouldn't have been upset if they were smashed. Can I get that off? No, do you know what? That likes being on there. I think that can stay. Come on, off you come. No, I don't want to. No, it doesn't want to come off. I think I might have to get it off though. Oh no, I don't have to take it off. No, if it wants to stay on, it can stay on. Oh, but it's not on properly now, is it? Is it just me? Or does that look bent to you lot? Can you see that? It looks like the gears are like this. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Tiana, I might head out soon and watch the halftime Super Bowl. You go for it. If that's your thing, then you do it. G Manning. Thrashed it and smashed it, maybe. Yeah. Are these channel names still, Gareth? Craig's thrashed it and smashed it. That has actually got a ring to it. Quite like that one. I might use that when I go out on heavy sessions. Oh, come on. How am I going to get that out? How am I going to get that out? Goofy Goob, what is the best thing about the X-Maxx that you like about it? The best thing I like about the X-Maxx. Okay, well the best thing I like about the X-Maxx is the sheer size, power and stupidity of it. Because it is impressive. Just the size of it, really. I love the size and the way it soaks up so much rough terrain. It doesn't care if the ground's a bit bumpy. You know, the smaller stuff like this, the maxes, the 1/8, the 1/10, you hit a curb with this and you know that you've hit a curb. You hit a curb with an X-Maxx and just drives up it like nothing's there. So for me, that's the best thing about the X-Maxx. It's not the durability, because these are more durable than an X-Maxx. But you can't beat that stupidity of the X-Maxx. Right, is that bent? If I've bent that, do you know what I have? I've bent that. That is impressive. I've bent this shaft. Yeah, it's cracked. That's the second one of them I've broken. Well, there we go. That was a very short live stream, wasn't it? Bye all. No, I'm joking. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, well, I'll put the spur gear back on it and put it all back in, and I can re-gear Lenny's. But yeah, I don't think I've got a spare one of them. I might have. I'll have to have a look, but yeah, there's a little crack in that. I'm not surprised. The hits that was taking today. I am not surprised it's got a bend in it. Chris, myself, I love the goofy fun of the X-Maxx, not serious, even though it's 8S. Also, you've got to admit it is awesome looking. It is a beast. I do love the X-Maxx. Nathan, in the space of a month, I've done a clutch on the car, boiler, and more drive cups than Maverick can produce. Oh no, mate, not having a good month. Michael, is that an electric screwdriver I see you still using there then, mate? Yeah, this one. Yeah, I'm still using it. Do you know what's really stupid, Michael? I'm still using this manually. I've actually got a cordless drill here. It's like doing it by hand, you get a better feel, I suppose. Right, let's empty all these X-Maxx bits out of there, because there is a lot of X-Maxx bits. in there. Goofy, that is bent. Yeah, it is bent, mate. I have snapped one of those before, but I snapped it inside on the cush drive. That's where it snapped. But yeah, I can't believe that's bent. That is some good going. Good going. G Manning, I agree, mate. Cush drive shaft could be a little bent. Yeah, it is, mate. It's definitely bent. It is definitely bent. Tiana, oh my god, I love RC too much. Use it as a slogan, I could do. Chris, bent. Bent as a butcher's, mate. Yep, definitely bent. Mrs. Crash and Bash. Oh god, how much will that cost? Millions, love, millions. Rider. Yeah. Yeah, no, they're not expensive, those parts. They're quite cheap, then. I might even have a spare. We'll have a look in a minute. I'll get the box up and we'll stand here and have a chat and we'll dig into it and we'll see. I might have one. Don't panic, Mrs. Crash and Bash. That's a £5 squid part. Yes, it is. It's a £5 part. They're not expensive at all. Do you know what? I think it's an maxx one I've got. That's why I'm thinking, oh, I've got a spare. Yeah, Michael. Trust you, mate. Trust you, mate. I suppose that way, though, you can't over-tighten and strip threads. I have a tap and die set just in case I strip threads, yeah. The tap and die sets are good. But, yeah, going into these plastic bodies, you can easily overdo it. Tiana. There we go, we'll pop that off. Yeah, look at what it's done to this maxx spur gear. It's even took a tooth off there completely. It's had it completely off. That is scrap. There we go, that's in the bin. Now, it's probably not even worth me putting all this back on because it's bent and cracked. Yeah, not only bent, there is a crack in that right by the hole. What do they come with, Gareth? These parts, when you put the part number in, do they come with like the cush drive or something? Because I may have bought the pack and I might have needed whatever else it was, but have a spare bar. I can't remember if I've got a spare one or not. I can't remember. But it doesn't matter. If I can't put all this back together, we'll just re-gear Lenny's truck and do backflips in the garage with it. I don't know. Whatever. We'll make something up as we go along. The pinion gear doesn't look brilliant on there, but at least that one's a hardened steel one. Should be alright. It should be alright. Now I'm going to put it all back together just so I don't lose parts. Otherwise I'll have things lying around for days and a week or whatever. And if I don't sweep it up, Mrs. Crash and Bash will. And it'll end up in the bin. She's tried binning loads of parts before. I'm like, no, don't bin that, that's not scrap. Chris, live by the sword, die by the sword. Absolutely, mate, absolutely. I mean, I don't know if you've seen that little clip that I've put in on one of our chats. I've not been gentle with this today. The crash that's in that little group chat where this does that nosedive, this has done, I don't know, 10 of them today, and then other bits on the skate park as well. So yeah, I'm not mad at it, I'm really not. Gareth, I lied, they're £4.95. Oh no, it's going to break the bank, that is. Yeah, they're super cheap, I know that, they're not that expensive. Yeah, I thought that was a bit tight to get off. Ah, do they come with an idler gear? Because I bet you I've got a spare idler gear, but not the shaft. Is that what it is? Yeah, I bet that's what I've got. So I might need a new cush drive as well while I'm at it, because it doesn't feel like there's much going on in there. Well, we'll put that to a side. It's just out of interest. Just out of interest, we'll pop it onto there. And I've missed something. Oh, Allard. Hello, everyone. Hello, Allard. Thank you for joining in. Yeah, in the words of Ivan Draco from Rocky 5, if he dies, he dies. Ah, too right. You know what it's like. Shush, Allard is here. Yeah, hide. Basically, 95p, because no one actually looks at the £4. So it's like £1, yeah. Just the shaft is available. Oh, is it? Oh, so then maybe I haven't got a spare then. Yeah, Chris, we know how much you like dad jokes. Yeah, Tiana likes jokes. Let's hear some dad jokes. Double check when you get a chance. But I think it's part 89, 86. Yeah, I'll have to check. That's all I can do. Not too worried, mate. Not too worried. Michael, that's where I'm lucky. My missus, as helpful as she is with RC cars, don't go near any RC cars. No, Mrs. Crash and Bash doesn't come near the cars. But if I've left pots and stuff around, what I do is I'll have tubs like this. And they've got spares in them. So when I've stripped things down, so like now for example, here's a perfect example. Because the Asuga has got the front end off, it's over there all together, but the bits that are to put the Asuga back together are all like in this pot. So I know everything in there is to put the Asuga back together. She'll come down here and start tidying in the garage and be like, well, is this no good then? Can we just chuck this? No! No! You're not chucking it. Get out of the garage. She's got a house. She can leave my garage alone. Nope, idler comes separately. Alright then, I don't know what I've bought. Maybe I have got one. Elon Musk. Oh God, it's an Allard joke. Elon Musk is going to put a restaurant on the moon. It's going to have amazing food, just no atmosphere. Chris, yep, that cush ain't cushing. No, it's not. Idler is also £5. I think the idler looks okay. I do think the idler looks okay. It is just that shaft. It's not great. The housing comes separately at a £5. Yeah, I've got a metal housing actually, which I could use, but I don't have any trouble with the plastic one. So I've got a metal one on the X-Maxx. What do you call it when someone slaps you at high frequencies? It megahertz. yeah, let's have a little dig in the spares box, in one of the spares boxes. I do need to organise in here quite badly. I've not long had a bit of a garage sort out. What happened is, because I've got the Welsh dresser over there behind me, I don't know if you've seen it, I'll show you if you want to have a look. Basically, there was crap everywhere in the garage. We've had a clear up in here, and while we were clearing up, what I did is, anything I picked up and wanted to keep all came into these drawers here where I'm standing, and anything that we didn't need just got chucked. And then that was done with the plan of, well, when the garage is clear, I'll be able to get everything out of here, organise through it, and have, you know, tools and spares and everything laid out nicely. Well, that hasn't happened yet. We're still waiting on that happening. So I've just got ice cream parlour tubs, just full of bits. Full of bits. And there is all sorts of bits. I've got sway bars. There's like maxx things. Arms for the corrally. Maxx arms. More maxx arms. Hebeo shot towers. Oh look. An idler gear. So it can have a new idler gear. I've got one of those. So that's not a problem. Alan, I can't believe I went to Morrison's the other day and this guy threw a jar of mayonnaise at me. I was like, what the hell, mans? Michael, I desperately need a garage because I need a working space for the RCs. Yeah, and room for more time. Mate, honestly, it makes such a massive difference. Chris will tell you the same now, that having that shed of his, having somewhere where he can do all his work and his wrenching, it does make a massive difference. I'm going to leave that out because that's going to go in when I get a new bar. A man walked into a building and asked, can I get fish and chips please? The woman said, this is the library. So he whispered, can I get fish and chips please? Crawler culture, hey crawler culture. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us on this lovely Saturday evening, afternoon, evening, whatever you call it. How are you? At the moment, I'm digging through boxes of spares to see if I can find a, idler shaft. Whatever this shaft is that holds these together, I've bent it today at the skate park. And I might have a new one in here, I can't remember. I found a new idler gear, so that's part of the problem. Yeah, I've got a little feeling that tells me I possibly don't have one. Because I remember breaking one before. No, I've almost got spares for everything. But I kind of know. I might put them on as well because they kept popping out. Spare knuckles. But I have done very well to bend it. Very well. Alan, anyone here not from the UK? Yeah. Yeah, is anyone here not from the UK? Caller culture, me. I'm from Australia. Oh, nice. How you doing? How's your weather out there? I know parts of Queensland and Townsville's getting it quite bad, and I only know that because I chat to Crazy Breno. I know he's from over there, and I know Australia's massive, before anyone points that out. Every man needs RCs, needs boxes of RC parts, yep. Crawler Culture, new sub for the channel for sure. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Yeah, I'm not too far from 800 subs now, so that'll be a nice little milestone to get over the 800, and then a couple more hundred and I'm at the 1,000, and that's unbelievable. I never ever thought I would get to 1,000 subs. It's just crazy. But yeah, to get to 800 would be amazing. Do you know what? I don't think I've got one. Got some maxx springs, but they're going to be no good to me in this situation. So I'll put them back in there. Right, I shall change tact, I think, and get Lenny's Maxx up here and re-gear that, because it's geared quite low for the motor that's in it. So if we do that, and then it'll just mean another live stream to put this back together, which won't take long. Right, where's the tool? Let's put this on here so I don't lose parts. Put that back in. Put that back on there. Oops. We'll put that back on there. Anna's still going with the jokes. Crawler Culture. I love RC bashers. Well, I got plenty of RC bashers going on here. I did have a crawler. I did have a 6x6. Michael in the chat, he's now got that. We swapped the TRX6 for an X-Maxx because he wanted a TRX6 and I wanted an X-Maxx. So that was a fair swap. We were both happy. So that's what we did. Crawler Culture. I'm sure I've seen your channel. I'm sure I have. I'm sure I'm subscribed. I'm subscribed to a couple of crawler channels. Allard, I have new armour. No, you don't. Do you? I don't believe you. Awesome if you do. Absolutely awesome. I don't believe you, Allard. Tiana, I want to live in Australia, but I'm scared of spiders. There's a spider in the living room. Tarantula in our living room. Chris, yes, having a workshop is a blessing. Michael, honestly, amazing to have a workspace. It really is. It really is. It makes it so much nicer. Fun fact, did you know Australia is wider than the moon? Probably, Alan. Crawler Culture, yeah, I'm in WA. It's 4 AM right now. All we've had here are bushfires. One nearly burnt my house. Bloody hell. You be careful. Right, a good trade. Michael, I think I've still got a couple of X-Maxx bits in my tower unit. We'll have to dig them out and run them up to you. Yeah, mate, whenever you want to come up, you can come up. You're more than welcome to come up at any time. Tiana, what's that channel you saw earlier that was like the yellow thing driving in a car? I need to subscribe to that channel. That was Yellow Wheels or Wheelie Yellow or something. Hilarious. If you've not checked out that channel, go and check it out. It's a brilliant channel. Nice, mate. Yeah, I'm sure I am. Yes, but that's caged up and not in the wild. Yeah, but spiders aren't scary. They're more scared of you. That's the old thing. Yeah, well, apart from bending that, I don't think I've done any other damage to this. You've got to absolutely love the Maxx for the abuse it'll take. So I just need a new idler shaft or whatever it's called on that, and that's fine. But yeah, when you see the abuse it went through, you won't be surprised. You won't be surprised. Once me and Rihanna have got our wedding sorted, I will be spending a lot more time and money on your old 6x6. Yeah, you'll have to let us know about the wedding, mate. We'd be up for coming. Let's have a party. We'll have an RC party. Yeah, crawler culture. Snakes are worse. You get about 2 a week in your backyard, yeah, and snakes out there are deadly. Yeah, snakes are worse. Snakes will come hunt you. Spiders tend to not hunt you. I like snakes. Mark's RC. Hello all. Hello Mark. Thank you for joining. I don't know if you've just seen, but that jump that I've been doing with the Maxx today, I've bent the idler shaft that holds the idler gear and spur gear. I smashed the spur gear to pieces, and the shaft that holds it all on, I've bent it, so whoops, we'll get a new one. Oh my god, Mark's RC, my favourite moderator. Crawler culture, yes, we all love Wheelie Yellow. Yeah, it's hilarious, isn't it, that little yellow character in that camper van thing. I think it's so well done. That is. It's a brilliant channel. Brilliant. Chris with a C. Evening, Mark. I blame you. I'm buying a drone. Shh. Shh. Don't tell anybody that Chris with a C is going to buy a drone. Oh, a snake killed my pet. Oh, that's awful. That is awful. I'd hate that. That's terrible. Your pets just become part of your family, don't they? We've got a little dog, Digger Dog. He is awesome. A lot of the time he is with me down here, but it's too cold and there's people upstairs with nice heat and soft furnishings. Mark, did the Talion go out today, Craig? No, mate. Not today. The Talion has been spared of the skate park today. I took my Maxx and I took my Hubeo, but I ended up just putting 2 packs through my Maxx because I was having too much fun at the skate park. About a year ago or 2. Oh, it's awful. I don't want my dogs and guinea pigs to die to an ungrateful snake. Yeah, guinea pigs will be food for it. Only for a different perspective of the videos. Yeah, Chris, I want to get a drone. I've been saying it for a while. I want to get one of those DJI minis so I can get, yeah, different views of the cars, and then I'll use it for scoping out areas. I'll go and pull up areas and just launch the drone and have a little scout about. See if I can find places to go bash. Because I think that would be cool. I'll be able to find some new remote areas, which will be fun. Am I going to be able to re-gear this? That's already got quite a big spur gear on it. Not spur gear, pinion gear. Although, have I got a... Yes, I've got a 46 tooth spur, so I could put a smaller spur gear on this. And make it go really fast. I'm sure I had a bigger pinion in here as well. I'm sure I did. So I've got some kind of order going. I kind of know roughly where most things are. I don't know if I've got a bigger pinion than that. Mark, Chris, drones are awesome. Tiana greedy snakes. I've been looking at the DJI Neo. Oh yeah, that's the really small one, isn't it? The Neo. Yeah, that's not the one I was looking at. I'm looking at like a Mini 3 possibly. Depending. I might get a Mini 4. Ooh, that's a nice big pinion. Yeah, I wonder if I can get that and that. That'll give me some speed. Speed and power. That's what we'll go for. Let's get on here. Killed my pet dog Banjo. Oh, Banjo's an ace name as well. And that is awful. Terrible. Would love to go to Australia with my RC. So much more room and more places to take them. Yeah, there is. There is, but I mean, we don't do too badly here in Wales. You just have to go out looking, I suppose. You have to be willing to explore, see what you can find, see what you can do. Tiana, you need to unlock this drone if you get one. Unlock it. I don't know what you mean by unlock it. Is it like geofence locked so you can't do anything with it? No idea. But that's the plan, Tiana. Yeah, Craig, that's what I was thinking, yeah. Craig, go 46.18 on the gearing. What, for the Maxx? Standard gearing on these, because it's a V1 this one. Standard gearing on this is 24.50. But this isn't the standard motor. This is the motor that we had on 8S. Because we did try 8S. 8S in a Maxx is too much. 6S in a Maxx is crazy. 8S is ridiculous. So that is a 50 tooth. That's a standard size hot racing hardened steel spur gear. Oh, do I nick Lenny's so I can run my Maxx? No, I won't do that. I won't do that to him. And this that I'm going to put in is 26. So I don't even know if it's going to fit. But I might be able to get, well, what I'm looking at is 26.46. But the motor is only a 1600 kV motor. So we could run this on 4S or 6S because that's got the Maxx 8 G2 in this. So I'm not going to be lacking for power. It's just a matter of, will it fit? Will it fit? That is the question. Who knows? It's good tea, that is. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Banjo is such a beautiful dog name. It is. It's a good name. Martin Prince. Hello, Martin. Thank you for joining us. I saw your wall riding RC. It looked cool. Yeah, that was the X-Maxx. That short where it rides that sort of wing. That's a it's a turbine, like a wind turbine. It's just a wing that's been buried in the floor. So yeah, we set the ramp up and I was wall riding it with the X-Maxx. Yeah, it was pretty cool actually. But yeah, nice one for watching that. It was fun. Crawler culture. There's quite a bit more room, except for the fact I'm in S. Oh, it's gone. Let me pull that back up. I was halfway through that comment. Sorry. You're in Esperance. I don't know where that is. So I generally tend to send my mates RCs down the beach. Yeah, beaches are fun. Beaches are fun. Mr. Living the dream, my dude. Yes, I always live the dream. RC cars in the garage, got tea. If my tea runs out, I've got beer. So yeah, we're all here, we're having a chat. I'm just messing with some gearing. So yeah, Maxx RC. Was the snake a brown snake? Do you prefer England or Wales when you go bashing RCs? Oh, when you unbox it, okay. England or Wales when we go bashing? Depends. There's loads of different places. I mean, England's got more stuff close together, but Wales has better terrain. So, depends what you want to do. I dug out the most venomous snake in my area. That's just so unlucky. Check underneath to see if you have room to slide the motor out at all. Well, at the minute, Gareth, no, I don't have room to slide the motor out, but I'm going to be putting a smaller spur gear on. So technically the motor will have to go in to get to that spur gear. And to be fair, right, that's a what, a 26 did I say? Yeah, the pinion that's on there looks to be maybe this or bigger. I don't know, we'll have to see when I get it out, but did I change that yet? No, I've just stood here waffling. Yeah, I'll try and show you. Look, the pinion on this is already massive. So, and I've got room on the inside to slide the motor in to touch the smaller spur gear. And then I've got 6S if all else fails. Let's move this over here. Drink some more tea and we'll take this off. We can but fiddle with it and see. It might work, it might not, who knows. Who knows? I know I can take my RC crawler up the hills near where I'm from, but stuck on where I can take my slashes and UDR. Unless I ask my boss nicely to take them on the bus yard, yeah, do that. Chris, right my mucker, I'm out of here. Speak soon, dude. Safe, mate. Nice one for dropping in. Thank you for being here and leaving us a comment and saying hello. Yeah, take care. See you soon. Rut Rider, the Hobbywing Quixie Run motor would be good in the Maxx for 4S or 6S. Yeah, it would be a good motor. We've got quite a selection of these Surpass motors. I've got a 1600 one which was designed to go in the 8S Asuga, but we decided to put the 2150 in the Asuga and run it on 8S. And that thing's done like 80 miles an hour. This is rapid, which meant we were left with the 1600, which we've dropped in this just to see what we can do with it. Bye, Crash. See you, Manning. Thank you for being here, mate. If that's you off. But thank you for dropping in. I do appreciate it massively. Oh, you went up to Chris. Do you call Chris Crash? He's Crash with a C, isn't he? Sorry. Yes, I forget. We should be quite safe. I haven't got a bench in the garage, so he's got nothing to hit here. He's alright. Crawler culture. I'm still thinking about getting an X-Maxx or the DJI Avata 2. Mark, that's what you've got, isn't it? The DJI Avata 2. Is that the FPV drone with the goggles? Mark has got one of those. They are awesome. And X-Maxes are also awesome, especially if you've got the space. Well, only if you've got the space. If you haven't got nowhere to run it, an X-Maxx would be useless. They're massive. So you do need quite a lot of space for an X-Maxx. I'll eventually get both, yeah, definitely get both. I'm sure you will get both. I've got an X-Maxx. I love it. I love the X-Maxx. It's a beast. Martin, are you going RC drifting tomorrow? But the closest club is over an hour away up the dreaded M6. Oh, not the M6 car park. It's awful, that thing. Yeah, there's Mark. I've got an Avata 2. It's awesome. And I've got an maxx. That's also awesome. Craig has seen both in action. Definitely worth getting, in my opinion. Yeah. Agreed, mate. Agreed. That Avata 2 is awesome. Oops. Gareth, alright. If it's just the spur gear going smaller, should be good. Looking forward to seeing that go. Yeah. Why not? I'll bring this up to the Temby bash. I think on 4S it'll probably be as quick as stock, and on 6S it's going to be mental. The closest drift club around is over 8 hours away in Perth. Wow, that's 8 hours. That's like, you may as well get on a plane for 8 hours. 8 hours is far. I don't mind travelling. I will happily sit in a car, drive 2-3 hours. Yeah, I'm all right with that. But yeah, an 8-hour drive is quite a lot. That is quite a lot. It's amazing how easy these go together when that bar's not bent. Why is that one screw longer than all the others? Ignore. Yeah, there's one screw there that I've put in that is longer than the others. I'll just pretend it's not there. Yeah, so I definitely need to move the motor over, so I may as well whip that motor out and see if I've got a bigger pinion. Yeah, that's so is it 26? I can't see. It is 26. That's a 26. I think I might need better glasses. And this is why I have massive pinions, in the hope that they've got big numbers on them so I can see them. Oh, it's good tea, that. Good tea. Need another one. And then I'll take the motor out. Manning, yes, I'm still here. Yeah, sorry, mate. I forgot that. Yeah, Chris is called Crash, isn't he? For obvious reasons. But my channel is Crash and Bash, so it's easy to get confused. Oh, ow, oh, oh. I will find your Asuga vids later. I've got one with a 2000 kV motor. Yes. Yeah, definitely find it. I've done one, the most recent one with it was in the summer. And I think it's called like Speed Demons, where I take the Hibeo out on 6S and the Asuga out on 8S. And I just see how fast they go, and that's it. That's the video. But yeah, they go fast. They do go fast. I think the Hibeo got to about 65 and then tyres exploded. Yeah, that's the disadvantage about Australia. Yeah, it's so vast, isn't it? It is so vast. I know it's probably all like cliche and that to you, but I have watched that Outback truckers and things, and where they've got the land trains and it's a truck with like 6 other trailers behind it, and they do like 16-hour drives in those things, and they're just so remote. They're on their own and in the middle of nowhere for so long. It's such a vast place, but you don't have like train tracks that run out there, do you? It's a dust road in most cases, and that's it. It is amazing. It is amazing. There may be one in Albany, but that's still 5 hours away. Yeah, it's not exactly local, is it? 5 hours away. Quick question, Craig, about the 6x6 I had from you. Did you ever have problems with the portals when you had it because the bearings seemed crunchy on it? No? No, never had an issue with the portals. They just ran. The only thing, the biggest issue I had with that 6x6 was the motor dying, because it's a censored motor. I think the sensor in the motor packed in and it overheated and I had to buy a new motor. But I thought it was the ESC, hence why you've got a spare ESC with it. Because I bought an ESC, changed it, and that wasn't the problem. Then I was like, oh, well, it's got to be the motor, so I had to buy another motor. But then I had a spare ESC. Oh, you love watching that show as well, the Outback Truckers. I'm glad it's not just me then. I wasn't sure if it was one of those things that, because it is in Australia, you watch it and it's a bit, I don't know, a bit too close to home, I suppose. Traxxas bearings are okay, but never last too long. Those portals probably need a bit of fresh grease and new bearings. Probably. I wasn't shy about putting it in water either, so it did get a dunking quite a lot. I would happily drive it through little rivers and streams. But that's what it's for. It was meant to go through rivers and streams. You're going to look into one of those ultrasonic cleaners to hopefully clean and rebuild the axles on my Ford. No way. That's a proper bit of kit, that, isn't it? I have seen them. I don't think I'd go that far at cleaning my RCs. Rook Rider, are you in Wales too then, Michael? Yes, he is, mate. Michael is in Cardigan sort of area. Down that way. And I'm more north. It is on the most Aussie show called Mate. The most Aussie show called Mate. I do love the Aussies. Yeah, look at the size of the pinion that's on this. We do like a bit of gearing. Is that one any bigger? No, this one's smaller, I would say. I don't know, maybe exactly the same. It might not be worth changing it. Well, there we go. Do I do the most exciting bit of live stream entertainment you've ever seen and go quiet for 30 seconds while I count to 25? Prepare yourself for this. Strap in. I don't know if you can cope with this kind of excitement because I can't see any numbers on this. And I don't want to break the Loctite because this hasn't been a problem. I don't want to break the Loctite if there's no need. But looking at that, I would say, no, they're exactly the same. I don't even need to count. And before anybody says it, I can count to 25. I just have to use both hands and both feet and then go back to a hand. Yeah, I think they're the same. Let's, before I go any further, I will have a look in the drawer. Ultrasonic cleaners are good for bearings, I bet they are. Anyway, nice seeing you. Got to go now. Mate, thank you for dropping in, I appreciate it. Nice one. Thank you for subscribing. Check out the videos and the shorts and we'll see you again soon. But thank you very much for being here. Rook Rider, yeah, I'm about 2 hours south of Craig, depending on traffic and weather, yeah. Martin, I have a friend in Victoria, Australia, and she sent me a video of kangaroos in her backyard. Yeah? It's mental, isn't it? So it's a different way of life. It is a different way of life. Right, let's move some stuff. in this drawer and see if I can find a slightly bigger pinion than 26, did I say? Yeah, I don't... 26 seems pretty big. I don't think I'm going to have anything bigger than a 26. Should I put him some mod 1.5 gearing on it? Do you think he'll notice? Actually, could I? Could I put him on mod 1.5? Or is that just being daft? We like daft. Daft is good. What I don't think I've got is a mod 1.5 with a 5mm shaft. It's all 8mm shaft. Is it? Yeah. I did have an 18. No, I didn't. No, it didn't. It was an 8mm mod 1. No, we can't go on mod 1.5, and you can't have a bigger pinion because I haven't got one. 26 is the biggest I've got. Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. I've got a mod 1 but with an 8mm shaft. But I'm not fitting him an 8mm shaft motor in that. That's silly. So he'll stick with that one then. We'll stick with the 26 and we'll see if we can go 26, 46. Yeah? Yeah, possibly. What's on my max? Not spur gear, that's just fell out. So we go at counting them. So the one that lines up with the grub is 1, 2. There's my pointer stick. These will do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 25. No, so I've got a 25 on mine, so I can't even nick that for him. So it looks like 26 is the biggest I've got, and it looks like that is what's on. I'm just going to have to pop it off and have a look, just to be sure. Just to be sure. Rook Rider, we'll have to have a catch-up review sometime for a crawl then, Michael. I like travelling about and meeting RC people. I used to travel right over to the south coast of England to bash my T-Max. Fair play, mate. Yeah, I travel about a bit to go and meet all these. It takes me a good 3 hours to get right down south where a lot of them are. But I go. Where was it you are then, Rook Rider? Was it sort of Birmingham area, you said? I can't remember. I go to the Midlands a fair bit, so I'll have to let you know if you're anywhere near the Midlands. We'll go out for a bash. Yeah, daft is brilliant, Craig, especially when it involves a bit of improvising. It can get interesting. Look at your TRX4. That's a very interesting truck, that. Get the welder out, that'll fix it. Yay, get the welder out. I need a welder. If I had a welder in this garage, I'd be dangerous, I think. I would be dangerous. I've got the angle grinder, so I mean, with a welder, I'd just be laughing. Laughing, I would. I can't weld. I'm terrible at it. But if I had one, I would learn. I would definitely do welding if I had a welder. I've done a little bit of welding, but I wouldn't say I can weld. You're right near the end of the M4, okay. Why hasn't this gone in? Winding some screws in. Go, line that up. You need a welder, and I've got a mechanics account and a local motor factors. Can you tell what I'm thinking? I reckon, mate, we'd have to get a load of parts into the garage, get the welder fired up, bang on the A-Team theme music and start a build. I'm sure we could build something crazy. I'm sure we could. I do like a bit of building and messing around. You know, as I say, you know, I was in the trade for years, so messing with tools and messing with construction is something I enjoy. Can I get that to mesh just a touch tighter? Just a touch tighter, maybe. Might make me feel a bit better. Okay, that should be good. Still feels a touch loose, but might it be okay? Maybe. Maybe, might be alright. That's mine. That's Lenny's. Where is... there it is. Is that it? I'm going to put that through there, put a nut on the inside. No more movement. Definitely no more movement. Martin, the last thing I welded was a bridge over our pond. Nice. Sounds like a fun project. The last thing I welded was actually a nitro motor guard for a T-Max. Because the company I was working for had a welder for doing all the fencing on a caravan park. And just one dinner time, the welder was out. doing stuff, so I'd cut myself all these bits of rebar that I wanted to make the shape, and I made like a head guard just out of rebar to cover the head on a Nitro T-Max 3.3, and it looked terrible. It looked awful, but it was strong and it did hold up to the abuse. So yeah, not pretty but functional. It worked well. But I suppose that's all that matters in it. As long as it works. I mean, I wouldn't have sold it to anyone. It's not like a precision part that you could have sold, but it looked like something on a Mad Max vehicle. But it done well. I actually slammed that T-Max into a stone wall and it ripped the engine off the engine mounts and split the nitro tank open, but the head was still attached, and it hadn't damaged the head, so it done its job, but it was the rest of the truck that couldn't cope. This is always fun, trying to get this back in. I've modified this myself because normally this nut only screws into this plastic cap, and under a bad crash it'll just rip out. So I put a slightly longer screw in with a nut on the back of it so it can't come out. Michael just need a few boxes of beers and our other half's on the barbecue, good music, and we'd make an awesome day. We would make something awesome. And probably very dangerous. But it'd be fun. And as long as we're having fun, that's what matters, isn't it? Gareth, I'm off now, guys. Catch you again soon. Cheers, Gareth. Thank you for dropping in, mate. I really do appreciate that you give a bit of time and put a bit into the chat. So cheers for that, mate, and I hope to see you soon. Definitely, I will be coming down, so ask Chris what he knows, and I'll see you soon, mate. Can I get hold of that a bit better? Maybe. Come on. You can do it. Oh, yes, I'm winning. Winning! Winning. The bridge is about 12 foot long, but I made it wide enough for the FTX. Yeah, why not? Why not, mate? You've got to make it long enough for your trucks, haven't you? They need to go out and play too. Trucks need the playtime. You need places to drive them, don't you? You can't just leave them locked up in the house. They'll get sad. Right, I sort of need like 3 hands here to try and get this done. So what I want to do is encourage that to go over a bit. And then tighten this up. But whilst doing that, I need to hold this nut so it doesn't spin. I do like making my life a bit complicated. Yeah, have I done it? Have I done it? golly, I think I have. Yeah, that's snug. Mesh feels good. That's trying to back out there. Glad I spotted that. Let's wind that in. Don't want that coming out. Later, Manning, yes. See you later, Gareth. He's a good bloke, Gareth. Good friend of the channel. We've met him a good few times. He's known me. Well, he's known me long before I even done YouTube. Before even this was a thing. Yeah, it's a great truck. They are. The FTX do make some good stuff. The Allard that was in here earlier has got a Canyon, and I was quite impressed with how capable that is, you know, for the price of it compared to other stuff. Michael, yeah, but the dangerous part makes it fun. You can't have fun with a cheap Argos special. 8S it might last a minute. Rider the Canyon is very underrated. With a few upgrades, yeah, I think all he's done to his is put Louise something on it. They're really soft but quite big, supple tyres, the Louise crawler tyres. And when I had the 6x6, he was going everywhere I could go, so, you know, what does that tell you? Crawler culture, hey, I'm back, welcome back. Nice to have you back. So he's missed us. You enjoyed your time with us so much, you came back. That's awesome. That is awesome. I do appreciate that. Right, we're going to just test this now. Is it this one? No. It's this one. And we will just make sure that everything is all working as it should. And then what I set out to do is done. Four beeps. Got some steering. Oh, that's going to go. That really is going to go some. It's a bit spicy. It's got a gyro on this as well. Is it that one? Or maybe his gyro's not set. Yeah. Gyro on a Maxx. Okay, we'll plug that under there. Are we all clear? Can you see? We'll, that seems to work just fine. Just fine. Okay. Yep, that seems good. Good and very fast. Good and very fast. Yeah, but Craig, your 6x6 couldn't pull my 4x4 even when it was just sitting there. That's because your 4x4's heavy as, mate. It's like loaded with bricks. And the 6x6 was pretty much standard. But your 4x4 couldn't go up hills where the 6x6 could go up. Martin, AVC or a gyro? Well, it's a Dumbo RC controller and receiver. So I think it's a gyro in these. Isn't AVC something that Armour do? It's a Horizon Hobbies thing. I could be wrong, I genuinely don't know. Because the Italian has got AVC. Get that over, because this is done now, so this can be put away over here. Ugh. Yeah, this thing has AVC. I'm just guessing, I thought it was like armour vehicle control. I'm probably wrong, I'm just guessing. Yes, your infraction has AVC. So yeah, it's probably an armour thing, AVC. But the difference that I've noticed, which I didn't know it was a thing, is AVC will cut your throttle. So when you're in a slide, I've tried it with this, if you just go full turn and keep the power on, it'll hold the power back until you've done your turn. Whereas with this, all this is a steering gyro. So it does nothing to your power. Your power stays full. It just assists your steering. I bought him this to go in his Asuga, but he said, oh, I don't want it in the Asuga, because the Asuga is already really stable. So he's put this in his Maxx, and it has made a massive difference having it in the Maxx. You can now just line up to jumps and it's like an arrow. It really is very good. AVC is just the name of the stability program. They all use a gyro sensor. Yeah, oh yeah. Chris with a C, I'm back. Hiya Chris, welcome back. We've fixed both the Maxxes now, I don't know what else to do. Well, no, we haven't fixed both the Maxxes. Mine's still got that bent thing, but I can't do anything about that. We were now just having a discussion on AVC and a gyro, because the Dumbo RC that is linked up to the Maxx, I said, oh look, it's got a gyro. And somebody said, oh, is it AVC? Martin asked, is that AVC or is it gyro? And I said, well, I thought that AVC was an armour thing, and it would be called, like, because with Traxxas it's called TSM, isn't it? Traxxas Stability. But yeah, I was just saying about how I'm shocked, pleasantly shocked. I think it's a very clever system that the armour system actually holds your power back to give you more control, so you can just basically hold flat out on the power and just do your steering, and the truck figures everything out for you, which I was quite shocked about. I was really quite shocked about that. Crawler culture, I never knew that. What did he never knew? Michael, true, but once the 6x6 has had a few more, bounds thrown at it, it'll weigh more than the 4x4 and still climb. Yes, it will. The extra axle on them does make a massive difference. A huge difference. TMS Traxxas. TMS? I thought Traxxas Stability Management. It's TSM in it, surely. Yeah, TSM. Thought as much. Don't confuse me. There's too many numbers. It's all gyros in it, but I know the Traxxas one doesn't cut your power, and the Armour one does cut your power, which probably makes it more drivable, to be honest. But I know when I tried it with this, it made it really sort of solid to drive, but I just didn't. For me, I didn't like it. I turned it off. I would rather have it off, unless I was speed running. When I did go on tarmac with this and go flat out, I had it on just a little bit, just to help hold it straight, which I have got a video coming out. I just need to put it together. Nothing special, it's just like my first week with this. I've been out with it a few times on 6S, and I'll just do like a little montage of it blasting around on 6S, doing some drifts and some jumps, and then a little thoughts on what I've broken, what's happened to it, but it's quite a short video because not a lot broke. Nothing broke. I know my slash on my UDR has the TSM. It's not too bad on the UDR, but it's a pain on the slash. You prefer Traxxas stability, do you, Chris? Out of the two, you prefer Traxxas. Is that because it gives you more throttle? You know, you're in control of your power on the Traxxas, aren't you? It just helps you steering. The Traxxas one is just a gyro, really, I think. The chip for standard steering only gyro function is much cheaper than the larger chips for more channels to be controlled, which is why the cheaper RCs have the steering only. Yeah, you can't beat a dedicated gyro, no, definitely not. That's what all the drift boys use in it, dedicated gyros. And your radio link works awesome. Yeah, TSM allows power on throttle. I thought it did. I thought it did. Good. Right. What now then? I fixed my maxes as best as I can fix them. The Hebeo didn't even get a run today. The X-Max is still sat there good, ready to go. It's ready for next weekend, the X-Max is. I just need to not use it. Otherwise, I risk breaking it. But I'll go out and play with this, because this is an absolute animal. More 6S batteries I need. What are people using for lipos at the minute? Obviously I want two 3S to go in here, and I want high milliamps because this thing's power hungry. I have noticed that. Even when I put the 4S in it, I've got some 6,200 milliamp 4S, and they don't last long in this. And even when I ran this on Mark's 6S, I think they were 5,000 something. Yeah, I'd gone through them in about 15 minutes as well. So I'm going to need some very decent 3S lipos. What's people's suggestions on that? Let me know. I think the Traxxas TSM is more geared to control via the throttle over the steering, which is why it feels different to Armour AVC, which is steering then throttle. Yep. Trying to work out what system to put in my Limitless. I don't want to blow a ton of cash. Yeah. Dumbo, mate. Dumbo. Put a Dumbo in it, you'll be alright. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You won't need a gyro, it'll be super stable. I like this, to be honest. I think for speed, I would lean more towards this than the Traxxas. Because at least when this gets out of shape, it will instantly sort of hold the power back. I've seen some RC drifters deliberately fitting the Traxxas remote and receiver to their drift cars for the time system to make drifting easier. No way. And is that because when you're drifting, it helps with your steering, but then you've got full control of your throttle and it's not cutting that? Thing is, I don't know if I want to speed run on a regular speed runner. Thing is, I don't even know if I want to speed run on a regular speed runner. Yeah, you mean you're not going to be using it a lot. You're going to go out, do Rosser, see what happens. It's Valentine's Day soon. Do you think my wife would like a new servo and gyro as a gift? Yeah, I forgot it was Valentine's Day. Bloody hell, when's that? It's the 8th today, isn't it? Must not forget. Yeah, I think my wife might need some new lipos. Yeah, get some nice 3S lipos to go in here. She'd like that. I think the higher the milliamp, the happier she'll be, because that means I'll be out the house longer because it's longer run times, and that'll make her very happy. Absolutely not. I was just seeing if she was still watching. Do you mean radio system or power system for the Limitless, Chris? Yeah, I love bashing. I don't want to invest all my time into speed running. Yeah, you don't need to put all your time into it, do you? You know, build a car. There's plenty of information out there on how these boys build a car. Go there, pull the trigger, see what happens, put it up on a shelf. I mean, do what Robbie's doing. Once Ross is done, gear it down, run it on a sensible S, so it doesn't have to be on 8S all the time, does it? And do some street ripping with it, because I think he's going to do like street bashing, isn't he? Car parks and industrial estates and all that. So it'll be good. Will be good. Yeah, the power system. Oh, you don't know what power system to put in it? You're not going to go with Castle then, Chris? Or are you going to put like a Maxx 5 in it and then you can reuse that for something else? Like an X-Maxx. I know why the Spectrum ESCs cut out so hard to use on the Limitless for speed running. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, that's a good point. You don't want them to cut, do you? You want all the power. You do want all the power. Mrs. Crash and Bash, what would you like for Valentine's? Robbie's car is a 2 to 3 grand car. That's not a street basher. Well, it is. It's just a really expensive one. Yeah. Is he going to use it on car parks? It's 2 to 3 grand. That's mental. He says he's going to use it. He's going to smoke up some. What are they? Not D-boots. Yeah. Yeah. Now Craig is scared. Nah, she'll be all right. She'll tell me what she wants. We'll just give her some money and be like, go and buy something nice, love. Just come back with some lipos for me. The Castle is the best choice. You don't need crazy Castle motors to use with it. I don't know. A lot of them do like to go fast. And, I think if you go into Rosser, you may as well go all out, but it's how much you want to chuck at it. Yeah, I would probably just put a Hobbywing system in it, and at least then, with a decent Hobbywing system geared right, you'll be doing 150-ish. You'll be in that ballpark. And then when you get home, you can take the Hobbywing system out of it, and you've got a good system for your X-Maxx or your Outcast or something like that. DXF Golds, they're great. Alright mate, I'll try some of them I think. I've got the blue ones, but they're only 5,200. These. Yeah, I've got these. These have done all right, but I've not tried one of these in here yet. But I know even in the Hebeo, these don't last very long. They last pretty well in the Maxx, but they don't last very much in the Hebeo. But the gold ones, I'll try some of those. Mrs. Crash and Bash. Martin, I would like a week away in the Maldives. Would be nice. Can I come? Yeah, should we all, if we all chip in, it'll be a lot cheaper. And we can all, we'll get an Airbnb somewhere. And we'll go and have an RC weekend away in the Maldives. Mrs. Crash and Bash can make dinner. She'll like that. Be nice for her, won't it? Be a nice weekend away with all the RC nerds. She'll love that. It's just what she wants. Just what she wants. Craig's crash and bash is paying. Am I now? So a lot of cash though. I think that's why I didn't build a limitless. The cost of an XLX2 is really high, yeah, but it can flow as many amps as you want for a sustained time. They are good. They are excellent. Castle systems are excellent. There's no denying it. But they're too expensive and too clever for what I would ever need. Because I think, like Chris, I don't really want to go speed running. I'm happy to chuck big power into smaller cars, and if I can get 100 miles an hour out of an off-road car, that's way more than enough than I'll ever need. The Isuga's done about 80. I'm happy with that. This I've not had long enough yet, but this is probably going to have an 8S system in it and be capable of 8S. And I reckon this will do easy 80, maybe more, because it is very stable, but we'll see. We'll see. Well, I mean, they're 70 out the box, aren't they, actually? I'm going to say these Italians do 70. So if it comes out the box doing 70, I reckon with an 8S system in it, I can do 100 with this in off-road setup. So it will be able to do 100 miles an hour and then hit a ramp. I'm not saying that's what I'll do. I mean, I might. I could be tempted. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to do it with the Isuga, not this. Well, I don't know. It's built for it, isn't it? It should take it. It should take it. It's only arms and diff cases, I think, that break, but we'll see. We'll see. So, ciao, hello. Welcome. Ciao. Exactly that, Craig. Yeah, I know what you mean, mate. I know what you mean. It's a big system for something that's designed just to go in a straight line fast every now and again. And then when you're not at Rosser, where are you ever going to be doing 170 miles an hour with a speed run limitless? There's just nowhere for it. Now, I think go big Hobbywing, put a Max 5 system in it, put an 800 kV motor in it, gear it really high, run it on 12S, see what it does, and then at the end of it you've still got a Max 5 and a 800 kV motor that you can whack in your Outcast. I think that's the route I would be looking if I was doing it, but obviously it's entirely up to you, mate. It's your build, but that's what I would be looking at. I mean, go cheap, see if you can do 140 dirt cheap. I don't know what the biggest Surpass motor is you can get. I don't know how big they go. But yeah, what ESC would you use? Because it is either Hobbywing. There is no, like, you know, the 8BL that you get, they don't do a bigger one, do they? They just don't do a bigger one, I don't think. Yeah, people get put off thinking you need an expensive motor to go with the XLX2, but you can run the Armour motor if you want. You can, I suppose. The Armour motors are good. Well, this is still running all the standard electrics in it. Well, standard ESC and motor. And Mark never had an issue with it. And alright, I've only had it a week or so now. I've not had an issue with it either. So, but I do think I'll probably go for a Max 6 in this. Probably a Max 6. Road fun and speed running is hard to do in one setup as the gearing is so different. Yeah, well, this is what Robbie was saying. He's going to gear his, I think Robbie's looking at like closer to the 200 with his, isn't he? I think that's his plan. Fair play to him. And then once it's done that, it will be geared right down and then probably just ran on like 6S. Exactly, Michael. If I know you well enough, Craig, I know that you will go full send 100 miles an hour into a ramp just to see what happens. I will, mate. I will. Chris, I would be happy with 100 miles an hour or 200 kilometres an hour. Yeah, well, you'll easily do 100 miles an hour with a limitless, with a Max 5 in it. The new Max 5 does 12S, doesn't it? I think you will absolutely dick 100 miles an hour. Fuck, I'd do 100 miles an hour with this. You'll definitely do it in a limitless. You know, I've done 80 on a public road. I think 100 is bare minimum. You'll be doing a lot more than that. I think so. Spectrum systems are great. Yep, 100 miles an hour is doable with a Spectrum or Max 5, Chris. Yeah, I think so. I definitely think so. I'm going to push this and see what I can get out of it. With the stock setup. I don't even know what pinions on this. I've never even thought of changing it. Possibly about a 15. It's hard to tell. Maybe about a 15, looking at the size of that. It's probably what's on here. I think Mark did say possibly put the high-speed gearing on it, so whatever that is, I don't know. Robbie's car is a 200 mile an hour car all day long. Yeah, I think so too. I definitely think so. Look at Bashmore RC Midlands. I'm part of them, mate. I went and met them. Not this New Year's Eve, because I went and met JP Bash this year, but last year, New Year's Eve, I went and met all them boys down at Ashmore Park, and we went bashing there, and then I've joined their group. So yeah, I do know of them, and they know of me. Yeah, they do drag racing in a multi-storey car park. Well, the police are fine with it. I mean, you're in there doing no harm. You're not vandalising anything. You're playing with your toy cars that are really expensive, so they know that you're not there to cause any harm. And at least you're not out on the streets doing it, where you could crash into someone and cause damage. So that's fine. I think the most I've seen on an ARM 150 amp ESC in the Limitless was about 140. That's quick. 140 on a 150 amp. So the 6S one, this one, or the bigger one, because we've got in the Asuga. I don't know how many amps that is. Is that the 160 amp, the 8S one? So this is a 6S one, 150 amp 6S. But I'm sure, well, I know it's 8S, I've ran it on 8S. But I don't know how many amps. So excuse the Asuga being half built, we're doing some work to the front of it, but that in there, that's the 8S ESC. So yeah, this runs on 8S with a 2150 kV motor. And my God, it's quick. It's really quick. But yeah, so this 8S one, is that about 160? Bashmore RC. Still very, very fast. 140 is well fast. Michael, it's a 5 mile an hour limit and my work's bus yard. I think my boss would be upset for doing 50 with my UDR across the yard. It's not a bus though, is it? So you'll be fine. You'll be alright. Just tell him it's a toy. Calm down. He should count his lucky stars. It's not my X-Maxx doing 60 across your bus yard, because that'd leave damage on your bus. The X-Maxx is scary at speed. Cool, is Robbie using a Limitless or another speed chassis? Yeah, he's using the Hebeo something VT, whatever the speed is at the minute held by Scorched. I think he's basically building that kind of thing. It's really cool though, it really is cool. That ESC is the Armour 8S, it's 160 amp. Yeah, I thought it was a 160 amp 8S ESC. I know it runs 8S, I've had 8S in it, so I know it does run 8S. I just wasn't sure of the amps. Chris, I have a Maxx 6 and the 4995 1650 here sat ready to go. Do you think that'd be good? Yeah, you'd get good speed out of that. If that's a Maxx 6 you can run on 8S. Yeah, just play with gearing. Play with gearing. You'd definitely get a decent speed out of it. Hello, Digger Dog, what are you doing? You okay?
Yep. He wanted out and then he just went down.
He wanted out and then he's come down.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna moss down here as well.
Digger Dog wants out, apparently. Rider Robbie has the Habeo VTE Extreme V2. Yeah, that's it. I know it's the one that Scorched are using, isn't it? Or have used. Scorch have already done, is it 223 miles an hour? That's crazy. There's such a mad amount of speed to do with an RC car. It is nuts. It is nuts. But yeah, your Maxx 6, what sort of speed would you get out of that? I reckon you could gear it. 226, is that what it is? Mad. Tiana, hello guys, I'm in the background if you're wondering. Yes, this is Tiana that's just come into the garage.
Hello guys.
The record got so high in a few years, it's quite mad. Yeah, it jumped big, didn't it? They figured something out. I reckon now with speed running, the limitation is tyres. It's not power, because we've got the power, we've got the lipos, the trucks are built to do it. The thing that's giving up from what I've seen, everyone struggles with, is tyres. It's holding the bloody wheels together. At that sort of speed, it's just crazy. But what do you do? I mean, if you put a harder compound tyre with more banding to hold it together, that's just more weight. And it just wants to rip itself apart even more violently at high speed. And it's just, you're torn then, more weight, more centrifugal force, but then less weight, and again it just rips itself apart because it can't cope under the pressure. That was the one thing that always worried me about running the X-Maxx. When it was the weight and the speed of it, you couldn't open it up properly where I was. That's why I would stick with my UDR. Mate, that, honestly, this X-Maxx, when I got it off you, it was geared so high. I put 8S in it, and the first time I went full throttle, it was doing, no joke, I mean, I've done 60, I know what it looks like. It was easily doing 60 miles an hour, and it was on these tyres, and it ripped them apart. I tried patching them with like bike inner tubes and super glue. It literally ripped the tyres off the rim. I've bought new tyres for it now. These are just spares, but maybe if I go to the beach I'll stick them on. Yeah, it was geared ridiculously fast. Way too fast for an X-Maxx. And then I've done it now. I've put this TP motor in it and I've had to gear it in such a way that it's now drivable because it just wants to go so quick. Bash that bell. Yeah, tyres for sure. Yeah, it is tyres. It is tyres that are the limit. Hey Tiana, my favourite YouTube channel supporter. Yeah, she's here somewhere. She's behind me. There she is.
Hello. I can't wait to see you, Chris. Shout out to you.
Yeah, she's looking forward to coming down, Chris. It's going to be fun for you. You'll have a little shadow, a little supporter following you around.
I'm following. At
least it'll be somebody that you can just send to flip your car back over. Oh, you want to be useful, Tiana? Go and roll that car back over. I have a feeling that the right polyurethane mix could be used to make high-speed tyres. Could be. It really could be. like in car poly bushes, but in rigs, yeah, it's worth a go. It is worth a go. I'll get Grace to come along. She'll like that. Yeah, bring Grace along, because Tiana's coming. I think Lenny's going to come. Lenny's probably going to bring his bike and just want to go off riding somewhere, but that's fine. I wouldn't mind a TP motor system for the UDR. It's a great motor. It really is a good motor that I've got in the X-Maxx. I would get it up here to have a look at, but if I put that on here, it's just huge, like, because it's got the wheels on it at the minute. But if I took the wheels off it, it sits here okay, but with the wheels on, it's a bit much. Right. Well, Digger Dog, I think I may have to go, because we've got Digger down here. Oh, it's Digger Dog. Yeah, Digger Dog. You want to go out, don't you? Yeah, you let me know it's time to go out.
I'll walk in.
Michael, hello Tiana, long time no see.
Oh, I remember Michael.
Craig, Lenny will live there. There is a track that goes towards the mountains. Yeah. Yeah, he's already been checking it out. He's had a look on Google Earth. And he's like, oh, is there a bike track at the top there? Look, there's places to ride. Do you think I can take my bike? I'm like, yeah, mate, you can take your bike if you want. Bring your bike. We'll get it in somehow. I'll take the wheels off it and I'll end up with a mountain bike, 2 kids, me, an X-Maxx, 2 Maxes, Italian, her Bayo, loads of lipos, some spares, some tools. I need a bloody van, that's what I need. Oh, Digger Dog, yep, there he is. He's just nice and chill. He's just a chill kind of dog. But yeah, he's come down to harass me and tell me it's time to go, so... Yeah, not much then. No, there won't be a lot in there. It'll just be filled to the roof. I won't be able to see out the window. Whoever has a dog in the RC community needs to do an RC dog hangout. Yeah?
Sounds good.
Yeah. The Digger just likes to be held, look. They're soft, aren't you? He's a soft boy.
He growls at me all the time.
He does growl at Tiana because she picks on him. Right, well I'm done here. I've got another cup of tea that I can have, so I can pour tea. I have also got 8 beers down there that I'm going to start on in a bit. I should actually, one day I'll do a live stream with my 8 cans of Stella and we'll see how that goes. There's definite YouTube ban going on then. But Craig, you can't say that on live. Oh, I can.
You need to get like an RC car that Digger can go on. Like a dog RC thing.
He would. I have 3 and they're all knobs. No, your Ralph is ace. Your little sausage dog. I like Ralph.
I love sausage dogs, they're cute.
And me joining with my UDR/TRX4 and 6. Yeah, mate, you can join in if you want. If you want to come down and see Chris as well, come down. Why not? The more the merrier. We'll make a day of it. Be fun. It will be fun. Right, how long have I been going on here? Nearly 2 hours. Bloody hell. Time flies when you're having fun. And I do have fun. It is awesome to hang out with the community and I do appreciate everyone that drops in. Trust me, they're knobs. Oh, that is ace. Mark, take it easy. Craig, we'll catch up soon. Chat tomorrow. Yeah, mate, give us a bell tomorrow if you want to go out somewhere. Oh, you off out?
Yeah, Tiana, could you get his lead, please?
Oh, that's Mrs. Crash and Bash. She's stood here now, taking the dog out. She sneaked round. She won't come through. She doesn't want to be on camera.
Hello, everyone.
She's a faceless character. A faceless character on the channel. But anyway, I shall go.
Say goodbye. No.
I do. Thank you all for dropping in. It is amazing. Chris, we will definitely meet up soon. And Mark, yeah, give me a bell. Absolutely, give me a bell. I'm up for going out whenever. Let me know when you're free. Awesome. Right, thank you all very much. We shall chat to you soon. Video will be out in the next couple of days of a montage of this running on 6S. Awesome. Thank you very much. See you soon. Ta-ra!
Smash the subscribe button and bash the bell.
Oh, would I have been